going to university, strike had his role to play, so we had to start again.
I like tech, I like technology. Like that's why one of the major reasons why I even entered into my department, because I like technology, I like writing programs.
Learning new languages. Like being a polyglot just feels kind of like really, really nice, and I'm working towards that.
It's my ability to pick up any problem and translate it in a way that can help people solve the problem.
I've always loved calculations and critical thinking.
As for I don't really have any dislikes, it's just like people that maybe step out of their boundaries.
Someone's doing research, every day you're saying a new solution is coming up. Me too, can't I be amongst the people that brings out this solution?
It was more than just like using it for like fun or like playing games. I wanted to actually like add to it.
I'm a tech enthusiast, and funny how I'm actually studying computer science.
Mastering in robotics and maybe having a startup.
Pursuing a degree. I want to do my PhD immediately after school.
I'll be living comfortably. I would have done all the freelancing. I'll have maybe at least a stable job or a good enterprise that I'm doing.
Building blocks of life to the inventions of tomorrow. This is where the best brains compete. Welcome to University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains. My name is Oluwatomi Owoborode, and I'm excited, elated to be your host today. This is the semi-finals of 16 universities that started this competition with us. We are left with 4 as semi-finalists, and they are Obafemi Awolowo University, Veritas University, Veritas University, and Bells University of Technology. It is semi-finals day 1. Going head-on is Veritas University versus Bells University of Technology. I am excited, and I know you are as excited as I am right here in the studio. We'll go on a short break right now, and when we come back, I will introduce to you beautiful, delectable mentors in the studios with me to dissect, analyze, and break down semi-finals day 1 with Veritas University versus Bells Universities of Technology. Stay tuned, because this is University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains.
Purple, where real estate, lifestyle, and convenience converge. Amplify your brand with our iconic LED screens, providing unparalleled visibility. Experience shopping, dining, and entertainment at Purple Maryland and Purple Lekki.
On the 6th of June, 1859, Babington Macaulay started an initiative with the financial support from James Davis, Daniel Taiwo, Moses Johnson, and a few others, opening the door for the many generations in Nigeria. What are you doing for posterity? How do you want to be remembered? High School Duel, Back to Basics, starting July 5th, 2025.
You're still watching University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brain. It is semi-finals day 1, Veritas University Abuja versus Bells University of Technology, Ota, Ogun State. I'm excited, and let me introduce you to the mentors in the studios with me. Like I told you, they're delectable, intellectually sound to dissect, analyze, and break down semi-finals day 1. Oroluwa, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Tommy. How are you?
Good. I'm fine, thank you so much for asking. You're wearing lemon. Are we making lemonades right now?
Well, you know how life is. You know, you make the best of the opportunities that you have.
I love it. I really do love it. How are you doing, Olaoluwa?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing great. You look dapper.
Thank you, Tommy.
Combination. I love the combo right there. The cap and the attire going together. How are you doing, Babatunde?
Fine, thank you, Tommy.
I am sure you are ready. So these two schools are privately owned universities, Veritas University in Abuja and Belge University of Technology in Ogun State, different constituency in North Central and the Southwest. So let me give you a breakdown of how these particular schools got to the semi-finals. So Veritas University, they battled LASU, OAU, Lautech, and Yabatech, while Belge University of Technology battled FUTA, Unilorin, Unilag, and OOU. Guess what? These schools they battled alongside to get to the semi-finals are federal and state universities. So I'm going to ask you this question, Babatunde, straight to you right here. There's a myth and ideology that private universities are not as good compared to federal and state universities. What's your take on that?
I think the investments being put into the private schools is much more now, and they are getting very competitive as times go on. Smaller class sizes, more intense investments in the students and all that. So basically, I think that's why. The federals are not bad either, but you can see the investments being put into the private schools and all that. So basically, we're seeing the results now.
Okay, Orolua, my lemonade. So tell me, the myth and ideologies of private universities not as good as federal or state universities. How true is that, or are they just myth?
Private universities, they're newer, so you have to prove yourself. And I think that they have really focused on trying to prove that they have strong academics.
Okay.
And like Babatunde said, they have the ability to invest more in their infrastructure so that the students are able to benefit more. I work with a lot of young people who are in university, especially federal universities, and I know the challenges that they go through. I know how they have to equip themselves, they have to learn on their own. So I would say that private universities are in a good place, to really provide strong education.
Olaoluwa, you have a background in both federal and private university. You had your first degree in a federal university.
Correct.
And your third degree in a private university. You've experienced both lives, let me put it like that. Is this myth correct, that private university are not as good as federal or state universities?
All right, thank you. I mean, right in what they had said is a myth, like you had mentioned as well, because investment in resources, in curriculum, because when you are founding a university, I mean, apart from what has been, you're trying to simulate what works in the West or probably somewhere even better than where you're coming from, the climb. So in that way, curriculum is being, improved upon to say that this is what exists. The founders probably go and check what had existed before now and say, want to work on this. So, and again, most importantly, I talk about the class size. Class sizes in the two are actually far cry, day and night.
Okay.
In some cases, you might have the same level of students, probably like 1,000 of them in the same class for public universities and federal universities, which is not so in private universities. I mean, there are very few, not so many at times, and when there are many, there are facilities to accommodate them because they won't admit the class size they won't be able to cater for. I think that helps in a lot of cases.
Okay. So I'll ask you the second question. Like I said, Veritas University and Belge University of Technology are both privately owned schools. Nowadays, people are saying, I would go to private universities for STEM courses rather than go to federal universities or state universities. Why do you think it's so, Orolua?
Okay, so like I mentioned, private universities are able to better invest in equipment.
Correct.
You're studying something like computer science, you need to be able to use the computers. You need to have access to good quality labs.
True.
You're studying something like medicine, you need to make sure that you also have the facilities. And I think that's something that private universities are able to have, In addition to the small class sizes as well, we know that it makes a big difference if you have a large class size and they're having to struggle for the equipment. Because really, if you're studying STEM, you need to be hands-on. You cannot study it in theory, which is what happens, I think, in a lot of federal universities. You come out and you have to make sure that you have a degree that is worth something. Yeah.
I'll ask you a different question, Olaoluwa. At the time, in those days, if you go for employment, they'll say that private university come to the side, Federal University or State University come to the side and they differentiate them. Do you think it's still happening right now, a private university and the Federal University or State University being differentiated, or are they accepting, both universities or graduates of both universities together?
All right, so I think the bias then was for federal universities, and then they push aside the private universities. But unfortunately, it's still happening right now. But on the flip side, to say that there's choice and preference for private university students to say that they've studied well, they had hands-on practical experience, they've been to industries, they have experiences, they've had internships. So we prefer them to, they now. Federal universities and then yes, correct.
I love the fact you said that they have hands-on equipment compared to Federal University and State University. It will be a story for another day, but not today, I guess. This is still University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains. Semi-final day 1, Veritas University going heads-on versus Belge University of Technology. Guys, you want to sit back, relax, enjoy, take anything you want to take because it's about to be mind-blowing.
Purple, where real estate, lifestyle, and convenience converge. Amplify your brand with our iconic LED screens, providing unparalleled visibility. Experience shopping, dining, and entertainment at Purple Maryland and Purple Lekki.
On the 6th of June, 1859, Babington Macaulay started an initiative with the financial support from James Davis, Daniel Taiwo, Moses Johnson, and a few others, opening the door for the many generations in Nigeria. What are you doing for posterity? How do you want to be remembered? High School Duel, Back to You Basics, starting July 5th, 2025.
I would like to study chemical engineering at the University of Miami because I would like to look more into the chemistry world and use chemistry to innovate the world.
19 kilometers, 1/2, tangents, 19.2 centimeters.
WER,
sperm,
vexillology, Dorothy, zinc, material,
30 minutes.
28.
University Duel Nigeria, the battle of the best brains.
So our next opponent is Bells University. What we're doing differently from all our previous matches is that we're going to go in with more ferocity, going to try to be faster, more accurate, and more powerful in all our questions that are getting asked.
I'm not afraid of our opponents. They are basically human beings and it's just a competition, so there's no need to be afraid of whoever we're facing. And at the end of the day, either we win or we lose. We tried our best.
For our families and relatives and our school, what to expect is that we'll try our very best to maximize your faith in us.
So what we'll be doing differently today? Well, we're not going to be really doing anything different. We're going with our previous strategy, but this time we hope to go with more accuracy, more efficiency, so we can win all the quick buzzes. Because of the new rules that have been implemented, we really want to start the brain matches, and God is going to help us.
I will not say we are scared of our opponents. Yes, they are a very good school, but we don't give fear a place, like I say always. We are not scared, but we are trying and we are optimistic, and we know with our preparation and God's help, something will come out successful.
Our fans and colleagues from schools, friends, family should expect success from us, victory. We are putting it in God's hands and it shall go well by God's grace.
Amen.
I hope you're not chest.
No.
Don't worry, the game has not started.
Yeah, it's
What about you, Babatine? I can feel the tension.
Oh, you can?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
The pressure is not on you, it's on the contestant. What about you, Olua?
I'm feeling good.
My lemonade, you should feel good. I love it already. So quickly, let's dive right into the semi-finals day 1. Veritas versus Belge University. I gave you a breakdown of schools. They both battled to come into the semi-finals. Let me give you how their quarterfinals went. Veritas versus Yabatech.
That was OJ and Samuel taking on that battle. 0-6.
20, 2,
32,
5, 0, 252, 10, 1/13, 2.
Hopefully Yabatech gets to settle.
Continue Australia, the size of the body.
Australia, Accra,
Hog down.
Black Widow, Columbus, Editor-in-Chief,
Sound.
Giraffe.
A thrilling second half that was. Every moment was suspend filled.
Incredible stuff really from Veritas. Congratulations to them. The hammered, humbled, whitewashed, humbled and otherwise for Yabatech. They actually won that by 110 to 4 points.
OOU and Bells University.
With a number that is multiplied.
We just ended the quick bars between OOU.
I think it was a close call.
Stakes are higher now.
3 lives.
7,
6,400.
1/6, 48.
That was such a thrilling second half where knowledge, strategy, and teamwork comes to play. A big congratulations to Bells University for securing a spot in the semi-finals.
So what would you say about, the performance, Veritas obliterating Yabatech 110 points to 4 points, while Bells University, well, they're finalists, semi-finalists. They'll scale through that one against Olabisi and Obanjo University, Reolua.
I mean, I think the fact that it was so tight between Bells University and OAU, I think that to me that says something. That means that probably the competition was fierce and both universities were
very strong.
Yeah, very, very strong. So I think that's good. Like you said, a defeat is a defeat. But the fact that it was so close, I think, says something.
So now looking at Veritas, 110 points in the quarterfinals and Bells University of Technology.
That's not just a defeat, that's destruction.
I can see that. So what are your expectations from these two universities going heads on today?
Well, I'm expecting a great fight. We shouldn't say fight, maybe competition, because both universities are very strong. Yeah, battle. But based on the track record, it looks like Veritas is going to do really well.
Am I hearing something already? Is someone telling me something?
Not yet.
Not yet. No worry. I'll be here to definitely take your points. What about you, Olaoluwa? You heard the points already. 110 to 4. Bells 22 to 18. So it was close. I know that OOU will be biting their fingers right now to watch the semi-finals period.
That's I mean, like you mentioned, obliterated. I mean, it was hands down.
It
was as if they didn't come prepared, unfortunately. I don't know why, but I want to believe that. I mean, yeah, they didn't perform so well. I mean, it should actually be mentioned so they can actually, as much as possible, pay attention to why they didn't probably prepare, because I don't want to expect that when they prepare, they'll come out, with 4 points when someone can amass as high as 110 points. So I want to say that that was not so good for the other party. That's not so good. I mean, the way it is, yes. So, but for Veritas and OOU, that was close, and then I want to believe that was almost tight and tough. But,
it was.
As it is right now, I want to believe that OOU as well, like you mentioned, we will have learned the lessons and then say how can we be better next time to stand a better chance to emerge the winner at the semi-finals.
Great. So what are your expectations in today's semi-finals? They won Veritas versus Bells University, because I know they both will have seen their scores and points. And one of them might be shaking, or both of them. It's going to be tension-filled. So what are you expecting from both schools today?
Yeah, from the records, I mean, I want to believe that Bells should maintain their steez. so I mean, it's now getting fierce. It's fiercer, but at the same time, what made them emerge, you actually sustain them as well with Veritas to be able to say that we came out, we know our onions. It's not by luck, it's not by chance, it's actually by hard work and persistence. So I want to say that today play out to say that we know our onions, we are consistent.
We are consistent. We imagine winners. Obliterating. I remember, Manchester United versus Arsenal in that particular year, going over to Old Trafford 8-2. It was an obliteration for them in that particular match.
Don't go there.
I would have loved to, but don't worry, we'll do that again. Baba Tunde, your expectations, Veritas versus Belge University of Technology today.
I hope I don't sound biased.
Okay.
But I think Bells is going to come out guns blazing.
You're already giving me your prediction.
I'm sorry to...
Wow.
Yes.
Are you affiliated with Belge University of Technology?
I'm affiliated with Veritas.
Wow. Hey, I love it already. I love it. You're trying to, play one or two there.
I'm looking at the statistics.
Yeah. Stats. With the stats, Veritas obliterated Yabatech in the quarterfinals, 110-4. Why Bells were very close with OOU. So you are saying something can happen. Talking about football, are you giving me football statistics here that doesn't matter? Real Madrid against Rayo Vallecano, they might just Rayo can just defeat them despite their records.
Definitely.
So you're choosing Bells.
Yes.
Amazing. I love it. I love it already. See, you see how you're switching your strategy. I love it. I love it already. So which school are you waiting for?
I would say Bells because they were very close.
Okay.
Yeah. I
thought Veritas found it easy with Yabatech.
I think that closeness in the score, I think it shows a fighting spirit. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that.
You're very diplomatic. I can sense it already. My lemonade in the studio with me. Olaoluwa, who are you waiting for today?
Not for solidarity right now because they're already doing Bells. I will stand with Veritas.
Wow, it wants to stand strong and be the bonamo in this particular situation. I love it. You're standing alone, supporting Veritas, Bells. Okay, give me your prediction. Give me your prediction. Who's going to take the first match? Have the first leg in that particular one. Who do you think will take it? Despite the fact that you're supporting Bells, don't forget. The first half in football.
First half. I would say maybe Veritas because they're coming from such huge success.
Veritas. Bells, I love it already. This is University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brain. A little birdie just told me that the arena is ready, the audience is set, and the quiz master is pumped up to start off semi-finals day one. Veritas University versus Belge University of Technology. Well, my predictions that I have here is Veritas 58%, Bells University of Technology 42%. We will find out after this particular round. Stay tuned because this is University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains.
Pilot is to airplane as driver is to dash.
Road.
OJ. The probability of getting two heads in three tosses of a coin.
3 right.
What memorable nickname does Gollum, originally Smeagol, give to the one?
My precious.
Ben? A reservoir has a capacity of 3,000 liters. What is the volume of the reservoir in cubic decimeters? If the price of a television is $1,200 and it depreciates by 40% per year, what will its value be after 2 years? Ben?
360.
Who was the first male to appear on the cover of Playboy?
Peter Sellers.
What is the magnitude of the complex 3 plus 4i?
3.
What is the angle of elevation of the sun if the height and length of a shadow of a
45 degrees.
A spinner has 9 sections numbered 1 to 9. What's the probability of landing on a multiple of 4 or a number greater than 6?
1 over 2.
Ben. Complete the series S, C, D, T, E, F, U, G, H, O, J.
E, I, J.
A student's exam scores are 70, 80, 90, 10. If the pH of a solution is 9, what is the hydrogen ion concentration in moles per liter? What is the height of a building if a 50-foot cable hanging 40 feet above the ground reaches the roof when lifted?
30.
Shalom. A store gives 15% of all items. If a shirt costs $40, find the total price for 8 shirts after the discount. A student scored 60% on a test. If the test had 50 questions, how many?
20.
What type of partial differential equation is the heat equation?
I'm not sure.
How many permutations, Ben?
60.
Given a mean of 100, a standard deviation of 15, and a z-score of 2 for the 5th percentile. If two carrier parents have 1/4 chance of passing a disorder, what's the probability the child won't inherit it? Olivia. Bandy is the national sport of which country? What is the next number in the sequence of 738-387? David. Given a mean of 100, a standard deviation of 15, and the z-score?
130.
Cut to the chase means what?
Get to the
Ben.
point.
Which Islamic dynasty ruling Spain 1492 constructed Grenada's Alhambra Palace? Find the square root of the median in the following numbers: 9, 8, 16, 8.
4.
Ben. A hospital has 3:2 of David.
12. 12.
Farmer is to field as teacher, Olivia.
School.
A company has 18 employees, each earning David.
900,000.
Which of these is OJ?
Insulator.
In a garden, the ratio of red to blue flowers is 3:5. If
4,000.
Complete the series. 11 is to 1,331.
2,744.
The famous hat designer is who? What is the missing number? 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, OJ?
31.
The half-life of a radioactive substance is 10 years. Olivia. In a cross between two heterozygous
1/4.
Among 100 students, 60 like ice cream, 40 like Olivia.
25.
If M equals 3I and plus 4J and N equals
4I
Ben,
plus 8J.
which is used to solve non-linear equations?
Euler's method.
Afayat.
Euler's method.
Peter lost 25% of his money.
Welcome back from the arena. This is still University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains. Semi-finals day 1, Veritas University versus Belge University of Technology. It was a quick buzz, quarter 1 and quarter 2. Veritas taking those 2 quarters, 40-10, 40-10. Quickly, give me your take on the first 2 quarters that you saw just now, Olaoluwa.
Off of my earlier prediction, saying that Veritas is going to.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, I'm elated, I'm excited, and then I saw that teamwork played out to see that they're able to emerge.
What about you, my lemonade, Olaoluwa?
Okay, so I predicted that in the first half, Veritas, coming off the high from the previous round, their destruction, of Yabatech, that they would go in with confidence, and they certainly did that. They did really well.
So are you changing your predictions?
No, I'm not changing my prediction, no.
Babatunde, your quick take.
Yeah, I think Bells, they need to just calm down.
Okay.
I believe in them.
Quickly, before we go back to the arena, let me tell you how the quick boss is going to take place. Note that there is an advantage for the winner of each of the quarters. They will go first, answering in the brain match. You want to stay tuned with this advantage. Be useful for both universities today. It is still semi-finals day 1, Veritas Universities versus Belge University of Technology. This is University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains.
Peter lost 25% of his money. After spending 30% of the remainder, he has 1,260 left. How much does he have initially? A speedboat covers 240 kilometers downstream in 3 hours and the same distance upstream in 6 hours. Find the streams, Olivia.
360.
What is the relationship, David?
Employer and, recruiter and learner.
Complete the then. A box holds 12 cans of 0.5 kg, Ben.
4.
You have 500 mil of
1,000. 1,000.
When a microscopic organism's image is OJ.
4x. 300%.
In the movie Snowden, which country granted Edward Snowden permanent in October 2020?
I don't know, to leave it. Let it go.
15 is less than 7 times the sum of a number, and 10 is at most 20. Find all numbers that satisfy this condition.
Let it go.
What is the heartbeat of a cyclist who rides for 45 minutes at a constant heart rate of 140 beats per minute? OJ.
6,300.
A town's population was 20,000 last year. After a 5% decrease and a 10% increase, what is the population now?
21,900.
OJ.
44.
Find the missing word. Otter is to water as tiger is to what? OJ.
Forest.
A store gives 20% off. If one bucket costs $50, Olivia.
800.
A shirt costs 2,000 naira. If its price decreases by 15%, how much will 10 shirts cost?
23,000.
Ben. A company produces 2.5 units of a product per day. If each unit, Ben.
1,250.
Which of the following words cannot be formed using the letters of the word antagonizes? Which of...
Noun.
If the pancake recipe has 2:1 flour, David.
6.
The function f is to v equals v, Olivia.
2v.
The founder of Net-a-Porter Group is who? Complete the series. Persimmon is to dash as cottontail is to rabbit.
Berry.
OJ. If the sound is 108 decibels at a distance of 10 meters, what is the sound in...
2.4.
Ben. Who invented the first geothermal plant? In a dihybrid cross between 2 genes, how many gamete combinations can each, Olivia?
16.
A family has a man, his wife, 5 sons with wives. Each son has 3 sons and 2 daughters. Find the total family members. A bag contains 4 red and 6 blue marbles. What is the probability of drawing a red than a blue without replacement? A rectangular tank, 8 meters by 5 meters by 6 meters, drains at 4 meter cube per minute. If 90% full, how long will it take to empty? A password consists of 4 letters. David.
24.
A container holds 25,000 liters of liquid. If 80% of...
20,000. 20,000.
For the line y equals 3x plus 2y, where y is gas volume and x is time, find the gas production rate. In a dihybrid cross with 16 offspring, how many show the dominant genotype for both genes?
9/16.
3 less than twice the sum of a number and 6 is at most. What is the range of values that satisfy this?
Welcome back from the arena. That was a tension-filled Q3 and Q4 of the Quick Ball semi-final day 1. Veritas University versus Bells University of Technology. Very, very dicey. Veritas had 20 points in the 3rd quarter, while Bells had 10 points. In the 4th quarter, Veritas had -20 and Bells 30. My advocate for Bells University of Technology, what do you have to say about the school's performance in the Quick Boss?
I think that when you start off behind, it's sort of dampens your confidence, and I think that's what we're seeing. But at least they got 30 in the 4th round, so we saw a slight improvement. But I have to really give it up for Veritas. Even though they got -20 in the 4th round, I feel that they have a vast knowledge across different subjects, whether it's maths or science, they're really on the ball. So well done to them.
What about you, Olaoluwa?
Taking it up from where she stopped, sentiments apart, I'm giving it up for Veritas. Experience, areas of interest, vast and diverse, and then, unfortunately, the 4th round they had negative, but I want to believe it could get better.
Okay, you want to believe that it will get better.
would like to study chemical engineering at the University of Miami because I would like to look more into the chemistry world and use chemistry to innovate the world.
19 kilometers, 1/2, tangent, 19.2 centimeters.
WR, sperm,
vexillology,
Dorothy,
bacteria, 30 minutes.
28.
University Duel, Nigeria, the battle of the best brains. On the 6th of June 1859, Babington Macaulay started an initiative with the financial support from James Davis, Daniel Taiwo, Moses Johnson, and a few others, opening the door for the many generations in Nigeria. What are you doing for posterity? How do you want to be remembered? High School Duel, Back to Basics, starting July 5th, 2025.
Another little birdie just told me that great match is about to start. Don't forget that it is football and anything can happen. This is University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains. Semi-final Veritas Universities versus Bells Universities of Technology. Who's taking it? Let's go to the arena.
A female ostrich is called what?
Emu.
Which is the Western zodiac sign of someone born of
Pisces.
Which of the following is not a component of a sheep?
Foshank.
The first modern Olympics were held in Athens, Greece in what year?
1896.
Which country was the 2008
Brazil.
Olympics held? The popular singer Tupac Shakur was from which country?
India.
What fish can hold objects in its tail?
A seahorse.
Who was the Roman dictator?
Caesar.
Who scored the most World
Pele.
Cup goals? Which three-syllable Italian word for little shadow?
Umbrella.
What E do you call the remaining value of an asset after debts are deducted?
Expenses.
What replaces fuel tanks in electric vehicles?
Battery.
What illness is denoted by the combination of polonium, lithium, and oxygen? The only country name that is present in NATO phonetic alphabet is?
America.
The Caribbean Premier League.
Football.
In NATO phonetic alphabet, the code...
Data.
A computer system cannot boot if it does not have the dash. Among the initial three kings of Israel, who was the eldest
Saul.
by birth? Which is the subject of the branch of philosophy called aesthetics? Who captained France to its first FIFA World Cup title?
Michael Platini.
What is the zodiac sign?
Libra.
Which continent is without a time zone?
Antarctica.
Which is Usain Bolt's blistering 100-meter?
9.47.
What language is spoken by 98% of the people in Brazil?
Spanish.
Who won the FIFA Young Player Award at 2022 World Cup in Qatar?
Bellingham.
Starting with 400 bacteria and a growth rate of 8 per hour, what will the population be after 8 hours?
800.
Stokes' theorem
A
converts...
scalar product.
A laptop costs 200,000 naira and the seller offers a 10% discount on every 12 laptops purchased. How much is 48 laptops? A scanner costs 200 naira with a 12% discount on every 12 scanners. What is the cost for 24 scanners? The determinant of a matrix equals the product of its what?
Engine vectors.
A farmer has 100 meters of fencing for a rectangular enclosure. What is the maximum area that can be enclosed?
225.
A matrix is said to be singular. If a watch costs 150 naira with a 12% discount on every 12 purchased, what will 36 watches cost?
4,752.
For monthly sales of 500,000 naira with a standard deviation of 100,000, what is the z-score? The divergence of a vector field F equals x squared, y squared, z squared is dash.
2x plus 2y plus z, 2z.
A car rental costs
19,000.
A farmer sells apples and oranges for $9 each. If
20 fruits.
A matrix that has equal number of rows.
Square matrix.
Which of these relates a line integral?
That's the theorem.
Given the equal,
400.
if the diagonal of a square field is 10 meters, find the side length of the field in the form A is
Root 10.
How many rotations will the hour hand of a clock complete in 48 hours?
2.
A solution with a pH of 6 is how many?
10 to a minus 2.
If a parabola opens downward, what is the
Horizontal.
If a company's revenue decreases from 900,000 to 870,
33.33%. 33.33%.
A graph has 10 nodes and 5
9.
A Gaussian elimination transforms a system of equations into
Row
what?
echelon form.
The price of a product decreased from 2,400 to 1,800. What is the
0.25.
According to percentiles, the median to be measured most lie in dash. What is the coefficient of variation if the mean is 50 and the standard deviation is 5?
0.25.
There are 12 people at a party shaking hands with each other. How many handshakes
66.
occur? How many different three-letter codes can be formed using the letters A, B, C, and D if repetition
64.
of letters is allowed? What is the mean of the stock prices 50, 55, 60?
57.
If the median of 1, 2, Y, 4, 5 is 3, then the mean is what?
3.
The mean of a set of 10 numbers is 15. Each number is multiplied by 2. What will the new mean be?
30.
How many ways can 5 students arrange themselves in a
120.
row? What is the interquartile range of the data set? 3, 7.
8.
If a data set has a median of 30 and a mean of 25, what is likely about
Positively skewed.
the symmetrical distribution that has the left and right sides mirroring each other is said to be dash? What type of test compares mean to independent groups?
Independency test.
What is the probability of rolling a number less than 5?
2 over 3.
A survey asked people to choose their top 2 favorite sports from a list of 6. How many possible responses are there?
30.
A survey found 30% prefer coffee and 70% prefer tea.
1%.
What is the standard deviation of exam scores if
4.
a combination lock has 3 numbers?
1,000.
How many ways can 2 items be chosen from a set of 6 with replacements?
16.
How many like sports or music if 12 like sports, 18 like music, 7 like
23.
both? Using all the letters of the word gifts, how many?
120.
The intercept of the regression line.
5.
If a simultaneous throw of dice, what is the probability of getting a total of 10 or 11?
5 over 36.
If k equals 135, then the cardinality of
8.
Find the median of the information 3.80, 4.48, 3.2.
4.48.
Ocean is to water as desert is to
dry land. Sand.
The scientist was known for his dash approach to solving problems.
Methodological.
Keyboard is to typing as mouse.
Scrolling. Clicking.
The scientist who was known for his dash approach to solving problems.
Methodological.
Keyboard is to typing as mouse is to dash.
Mouse is to pointing.
Which is the odd one here?
Kind.
Keyboard is to typing as mouse is to dash.
Pointing.
Which is the odd one here?
Revoke.
What will be the missing number in the series 196-169-121-181?
211.
What will fill in the gap in the analogy carbon is to diamond? Choose the word which is different from the rest. Kiwi, ostrich, emu, eagle.
Eagle.
Give the antonym of the word startled.
Relaxed.
Pick the odd man out.
Hate.
Meaning of he let the grass grow under his feet is what?
Procrastinated.
Clock is to time as thermometer is to. What is the relationship between key and lock?
Cause and effect.
Find the missing word. Time, seconds, energy.
Joule.
Complete the series. Rain is to southern and soot is to.
Frost.
What will northeast be if southwest becomes north?
West.
Congratulations, Veritas. Well done, Bells.
Purple, where real estate, lifestyle, and convenience converge. Amplify your brand with our iconic LED screens, providing unparalleled visibility. Experience shopping, dining, and entertainment at Purple Maryland and Purple Lekki.
I would like to study chemical engineering at the University of Miami because I would like to look more into the chemistry world and use chemistry to innovate the world.
19 kilometers, 1/2, tangent, 19.2 centimeters.
WR, sperm,
vexillology,
Dorothy,
zinc, bacteria,
30 minutes.
28.
University Duel, Nigeria, the battle of the best brains. On the 6th of June 1859, Babington Macaulay started an initiative with the financial support from James Davis, Daniel Taiwo, Moses Johnson, and a few others, opening the door for the many generations in Nigeria. What are you doing for posterity? How do you want to be remembered? High School Duel, Back to Basics, starting July 5th, 2025.
Oh my, that was a fierce battle between Veritas University and Bells University of Technology. Semi-finals, day one, University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains. Over to my mentors to do justice to this particular matchup that just happened. How did you see the brain match between Veritas and Bells University of Technology, Babatunde?
It was very interesting, but Veritas has shown that they are very knowledgeable across a wide spectrum of areas. You know, we're very confident. So Bells tried as well, but you know, Veritas looked very well prepared.
Yeah, Bells gained ground in the applied math. That's to show them how technological their school is.
Correct.
To say that, they have knowledge in that, but I don't think it helped them. Olaoluwa, do you think that particular one helped them enough? Because it was 16-6 in that particular round in applied math.
All right, so anything might have happened there. I mean, ideally, like you mentioned, being in University of Technology, are supposed to probably perform better than, a general or broad spectrum university. But unfortunately, it dipped, but thankfully, the final outcome.
You are bragging now. Your shoulders are up. Shoulder pads, you're wearing it. Don't worry, I'll come back to you on that particular one. Olaoluwa, what's your take on the brain match, Veritas University and Bells University of Technology?
Well, I think that both schools tried, but it was obvious that, Veritas had a broad range of knowledge. Across all the different subjects, it was quite obvious. Bells tried, in the applied maths. If they could have done better, I think, that could have helped. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So, but at least the gap wasn't as bad as I began to fear. 69 to 43, because at the point I was like, I hope, they won't be disgraced, too much. So, yeah.
For me, we gave this match our very best. We have one more match to go, and we're hoping for the very best in that. So,
if I was given another chance, another thing we could have done is taking the quick balls more seriously with the speed, increasing our speed in that, and having a general knowledge about different things about what it will help us in the general knowledge and logical reasoning.
My impression about the whole competition, from start till now, it has actually been a great experience. I won't dispute that. Funny how today's match was I actually enjoyed myself on the stage, starting from the second round, because I became so relaxed on stage. So it's been fun. It's been a push out there. So thank God.
We just won our game against the Bells semi-final, so I've now qualified to the finals. It was a good game. I'm proud of us, but we didn't do as good as we thought we would. So we're going to work on that and go better into the finals.
I'm excited that we won our game, but we still have to play another game. And based on this game, it has actually motivated us to do better, and compared to what we did currently to Bells University.
Results on semi-finals day one. Veritas taking 69 points, while Bells University of Technology going away with 43 points. Veritas heading over to grand finale. Semi-finals day two, we'll be having Covenant University versus Obafemi Awolowo University. Your final thoughts on the semi-finals day one. If you were Pep Guardiola, Olaoluwa, what would you have told Bells University right now?
defeat is not the end of it. As much as possible, try to maintain your stance and then pick up from where you stopped from. I mean, unfortunately, but I mean, you just have to pick yourself up and then
pick up from where you...
Yeah, you have to come back.
You have to come back. Well, Manchester City did not come back against Real Madrid in this year's Champions League. What about you, Babatunde? If you were Carlo Ancelotti, what would be your take on Bells? I would say Bells.
Go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Practice more, research more, and I'm sure they'll do better next time.
Practice more, research more, and he's sure they will do better next time. Florence Omagbemi, I'm calling it that because she was the Nigerian coach that led the Super Falcons to 2016 WAFCON gold title in that particular. So if you were Florence Omagbemi, for Veritas now, what would you tell them to do at the grand finale?
For Veritas, don't rest on your oars. The confidence is good. The confidence will take you far. It'll keep you buoyed up. But make sure that, you keep studying hard, keep working hard, because I'm sure the other team is going to be ready. So work hard, yes.
Congratulations once again to Veritas University Abuja for making it all the way to the grand finale of University Duel 2025, the battle of the best brains. Veritas will be facing up to the winner of the semi-final 2. Covenant University versus Obafemi Awolowo University. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. My name is Oluwatomi Owoborode. It has been my pleasure.